literally watching me turn into a fully formed adult right before your eyes, people.
So this video is basically a living alone diaries. What does strong independent Taz look like? You'll find out in this video. I thought living alone would be really challenging. I have family who live nearby. So the plan was if I was to ever be in a predicament or ever struggle with something, that I have people close by who can help me. But since we're in a pandemic, we can't do that because of social distancing and things. So I've literally had to be independent. I'm doing everything by myself. Could not be any more independent if I tried. It's weird because I am a massive overthinker and I do wake myself up, but I'm also someone who just puts myself in a situation and hopes for the best. And I think this was one of those things where I was just like, I'm just gonna do it and just see what happens. And I guess I assumed that I would struggle a lot because it is quite hard initially when you're setting up your bills and things like that. Like, that is the hardest part. I wish there was just like a life manual or a guide to how to be an adult, and like that gives you step-to-step process of what you need to do, because there's been so many things that I've only figured out once I've received like an email or like a notice, or someone said, you haven't done this, why haven't you done this? And I was like, I didn't even know this is something I was supposed to do, and now I'm panicking. And calling the local council up is always a delight. Also, different companies, like you can't call them anymore because they've shut down their offices, so it's like really hard to get hold of people. Like, it's just, the timing hasn't been the best. But if we were to spin this into a positive, the positive is that if I can get through this by myself, I feel like I should be fine in the long run. One thing that's been really good about the lockdown is that it's allowed me to focus on things that I wouldn't normally focus on. So like, I've been learning a lot of new skills and being more creative than I normally would be. I bought some watercolor paints. Strange paper. This is like painting paper, but it's like very plasticky. So I wonder what we're gonna do today. Today I thought I would do some painting and some doodling. Why not? I want to unbox this because this is meant to be really good. This is like the cutest little thing ever. I'm a sucker for packaging and stuff like that. Wow. Oh, they give you a strange oh. Not sure what this is, but it comes with this thing. I may have broken it. They're meant to be really pigmented. I want to learn how to draw faces really well, so I'm going to do some practicing. So this is what I was trying to imitate, and this is how it turned out. I clearly need a lot of work, but it's a solid first try. This is my masculine face and my feminine face. I'm kind of happy with it considering it's my first time doing it. I wasn't very creative growing up. I was way more academic, and then as I got older I started to bring out my creative side. Like, I started making videos, I did poetry. Now I'm trying to get back into like drawing and things. And actually the good thing about quarantine is that I'm being as creative as possible. I tried watercolor painting. It's a lot harder than it looks. I attempted dancing and I realized I never explained how I did this. Basically, I just twisted my right arm. Very anticlimactic, I know, but that's how you do it. And I have never cooked so much in my life as I have done during quarantine. But a whole video on the cooking coming really soon. I have gone and made one of the most adult purchases of my life to this date. Granted, my mum told me to get, but still counts. I have gone and got myself a Brita filter jug. You are literally watching me turn into a fully formed adult right before your eyes, people. Should we unbox it? Life in lockdown is truly wild. Forget unboxing like a new iPhone or a MacBook Pro. On this channel, on ClickForTaz, we unbox a Brita filter jug, baby. Where's the filter? Oh, there it is. Whoa. You know what's funny? When I edit my videos, I only learned this about me because I edit my videos. I realized I smell everything. I don't know why. There was no reason for my brain to want to smell this because it doesn't. What did I think it was gonna smell like? Strawberries and kiwi? Like, no, honey, this is all natural. But I did it again. What is wrong with me? Hopefully now my mum will stop nagging me about it. I'm sure she'll find something else to nag about, but for now I'm hoping this makes her happy. Just gonna send my mum a picture and let her know that I finally got one.
Only took me 4 weeks. Should we have a little taste test? Oh, it's a bit heavy that. Just give that a little swirl. Really take in all that smells. Mmm. Clean. Not gonna lie to you, it tastes exactly the same. Slightly little bit more bitter, but I don't know if that's the paranoia kicking in, see? I don't know if I'm just thinking I'm drinking chemicals, or if I'm actually drinking chemicals, or if it's actually just fine, and it's just my brain. No, that is quite bitter actually. I don't think that's just in my head now, I actually think it's bitter. Oh, I don't know, this lockdown has got me overthinking everything. I don't know if I'm paranoid, or if that actually tastes a bit bitter. Bitter. Okay, I'm actually losing it, so I'm gonna end this segment right now.
As you guys know, we are currently in a lockdown. This was not part of my moving out plan. I think I realized that I am a massive introvert. Like, I always knew I was a homebody. I spend most of my time at home anyway. Like, I joke about how technically I didn't move from Cardiff to London. I just moved from one bedroom to another bedroom. I just realized literally 90% of my washing is just pajamas. That's been my wardrobe for the past, well, however long we've been in lockdown. All I wear is pajamas. Okay, I might need to switch up and start wearing like regular clothes from now on. I have no idea where I'm gonna hang this one. I think for me, in terms of like trying to maintain my positive energy and my mental health, the things that's helped me is to keep myself busy and be as productive as possible. It just A, distracts me, and B, being productive just makes me feel better. Apparently you still need to put on suntan lotion even if you're indoors. Oh, I completely missed out. Now I everywhere. Great. I bought these LED lights for outdoors. I have like a little mini roof terrace all to myself. I'm very lucky, I know. They're solar ones. So I might as well. Not sure what this is for. What? Is this a broken one? Did I pick up a broken one? Oh, it only turns on when it's dark. Wow. Okay, so I officially know that they work. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't always been super positive and great and fun. I'm human and I watch the news, so sometimes it gets very overwhelming. In fact, to be honest, I've stopped watching the news and I've stopped going on Twitter as much because it just got too overwhelming. There were definitely times where I did break down, and I was debating whether to put this footage in because it's so cringy and like, who wants to see me cry? I should preface by saying I'm not crying about myself, I'm crying about the news and what's happening in the world. Me personally, I'm fine. I do believe that you should acknowledge how you feel. Like, I used to be someone who used to repress my emotions all the time, and it was never a good thing. It just made me become this really like angry, negative person that would lash out. So that wasn't good. So I definitely believe that if you do have feelings, and sometimes they're negative feelings, that you should allow yourself to process that and feel everything that you feel. But my way of turning that into positive is by writing. I found myself writing a lot of poetry during lockdown. I've been writing way more than I normally would, and it's good to get back to that because I used to love it so much. Well, it wasn't that I loved it so much, but it was such a big coping mechanism for me. I find that I write a lot when I'm struggling, which probably doesn't sound good that I'm saying that I'm writing a lot. And I mean struggling in terms of like, I'm feeling a lot of things and I don't know how to deal with them. And for some reason, poetry helps. I feel very fortunate to have that as a way of coping and channeling all that energy. These are some of the poems that I've written so far. So we're making progress.
A YouTuber called Eve Cornell reached out to me a couple of weeks ago asking if I would want to be part of this spoken word poetry project she's doing. She's asked a bunch of people if they would want to be involved in writing poetry every week on her Millennial Coffee Club Instagram page. Millennial Coffee Club is her company. She asked people to write poetry within the theme of isolation and what's happening in the world right now. And I have just finished writing that piece. This poem won't go out till around the 13th of May. Like, that's my scheduled slot on her Instagram. When it comes out, I'll probably post it on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's ClickForTaz. I'll ask if I'm able to post this poem on my second channel too. If I can, then when that comes out, I'll also post it on my second channel too. The best way I can explain this poem is, imagine me being in a glass box and just observing what's happening in the world right now. So I kind of wanted to give a voice to all the people who are struggling. So I mentioned people like doctors, nurses, people who have lost their jobs, the uncertainty, restaurant, small business owners, and how it's affected everyone. The world has changed so much, how our normal has changed so much, and how it's affecting your mental health and things like that, and what we can do in this situation. So it kind of touches on all of that. But yeah, that's what I've been working on today. New poem will be out soon, so wait for that.
As I've gone older, I realized what things make me happy. So like, I'm very boring. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very boring. Family makes me happy. Being productive and being able to work makes me really happy. This isn't something I knew about myself, but turns out being independent and being able to rely on myself to do things makes me really happy. I think one of the reasons I didn't know that about myself is because I think growing up, I always undermined myself. I'm sure a lot of people can relate in the sense of, there's generally, with me, there was generally a vibe where people would be like, didn't expect much from me. Kind of was like, oh, you're Taz, you're gonna struggle with this, which is true, it's true. But I think I internalized that as, I can't do a lot of things, I'm just not good at them. And I didn't know what I was capable of. I still don't know what I'm capable of, but I would never even put myself out there to find out. I just assumed, oh, I can't do stuff like that. I'm not cut out for this. I don't have the confidence for this. And I would just bring myself down because that's kind of what I was hearing. And to be fair, people had every right to think like that because I hadn't shown them anything different. As I've gone older, the more I've done things, and grown in confidence, that's actually made me a lot happier. So actually moving out, there have been definitely times where I've struggled and I felt really clueless and I didn't know what I was doing. But when I overcome them and able to resolve them, I feel a lot better about myself. So yeah, that's been interesting. I think I want to be able to get to a point where I can fully rely on myself. I am currently making a collage. I actually get really into making collages. Like, I could literally spend days and days working on a collage. I haven't really felt bored or lonely during quarantine, which might be surprising because I'm basically trapped in a house by myself. But I feel like there's always something to do. Like, I feel like I'm always behind on something and I have to do something. I feel like I'm quite good at finding things to do. Like, for example, making a collage. I'm actually making a collage of all the good things that have happened in the past couple of years. This whole lockdown experience has made me appreciate and be grateful for all the things I have been able to do. And it's just made me realize that once the lockdown is over, I am gonna do the utmost. But for now, you know, I'm resting, I'm chilling out so that when this is all over and I can be let out, I'm gonna be wild. And I think I'm gonna end the vlog there. It's a wild time, there's a lot going on. This is a time period that we're gonna look back on years' time and be like, did that even happen? As High School Musical would say, we are all in this together. And I hope we all come out of this healthy, happy, and safe. That's all I want, to be honest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you lots, and I shall see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.